You are not waiting for a vague promise. You are standing on the brink of something God has already ordained. In heaven, a number has been set, a precise measure of provision, calculated to fit the need, neither too much nor too little. It is tailored to resolve, to align, to reposition your finances in the exact way required for the purpose ahead. Feel the distinct rise within you, slow and sure, not anxiousness, but spiritual perception. Your heart begins to recognize a decree before your hands receive the funds, the opportunity, the return, the favor. The form of release may shift: a sudden payment, an unexpected job, a returning gift, a door opening, someone saying yes. The how is flexible. The amount is exact. Nothing is loose. Nothing is random. Do not exhaust yourself trying to guess the figure. Human logic will tempt you to limit the miracle to what you can imagine. Instead, train your spirit to wait with expectant discernment. Watch for quiet signs. A casual conversation that carries weight, a nudge toward an idea, an invitation that pauses your breath, small shifts in routine that mark a larger turn. These are the fingerprints of heaven arranging what it has already calculated. You may have been hungry for help, searching every route for relief. Know now that God does not release anything ambiguous. He releases what is right for the moment, measured with divine exactness. As you breathe, slow your thoughts. Let curiosity rise. Lean into that inner knowing. You will sense when the alignment is near. Right now, pay attention to the subtle stirrings in your spirit. What rose in you as you heard this? Is it peace, expectancy, relief, or boldness? Share one word in the comments that names the movement in your heart. Hold that word gently, and come with me to the next video. We will learn how to recognize those quiet signs and prepare to meet the precise provision that is already on its way. You are not at the mercy of vague hope. You are standing where the sky meets a promise that was already spoken. In the quiet places of your life, a precise provision has been counted and sealed in heaven. Not a guess, not a trial, but an exact answer designed to meet a particular need, to shift a particular weight, to open a particular door. You may not yet know the digits, the timing, or the manner, but your spirit knows the shape of it. There is a recognition that rises inside you, calm and certain, like a tide turning under the surface before it touches the shore. Do not equate hunger with any random gift. God is releasing what is right, what is proportioned and purposeful, and it will arrive in the way that best fulfills its decree. It might come as a payment you weren't expecting, a new opportunity that aligns with your calling, a return on a seed you planted long ago, a hand reaching out at the perfect moment, or a sudden release of something that has bound you. The vessel changes, but the measure does not. It has been calculated to be neither too much nor too little, but precisely what is needed to complete the plan. Watch for soft signals, a casual conversation that opens your mind, an idea that refuses to leave your thoughts, an unexpected invitation, a small shift in routine that feels like a nudge. Train your spirit to notice those whispers. Do not try to force the answer with human logic or hurried decisions. Instead, wait with the expectancy of one who knows something is being formed, who senses the exactness of the blessing before it becomes visible. You will know. Your heart will recognize the moment before your hands receive. Let curiosity rise within you now. What part of your financial life feels most ready for a precise, heavenly solution? Pause, reflect, and share a short comment about what you sense. Then come with me to the next video. There is more clarity coming that will help you recognize the sign when it appears. You are not standing on the edge of uncertainty. You are standing on the edge of precision. Hear this: somewhere beyond the visible, the exact amount earmarked for your turnaround is already calculated. It is not vague favor or random luck. It is a specific, divine allocation written into your season. Let that idea settle slowly in your chest. Not more, not less, but precisely what is needed to finish the task God ordained for you. As you breathe, quiet your hurry and feel a distinct rise inside, a recognition that precedes receipt. This is not anxiousness. It is spiritual perception awakening. The provision could come in an envelope you were not expecting, a job offer that fits like a key, a debt released, a repayment, or a tiny opening that grows into a door. The shape of the blessing is flexible. The measurement is fixed. Begin to watch for the small things. A casual conversation that nudges you toward an idea, an invitation that rearranges your priorities, a return call that changes your direction, a thought that lands persistently in the silence. These are the quiet markers of what heaven has already scheduled. Do not try to calculate the number with human logic. Resist the temptation to bargain, to demand, or to worry if the figure doesn't match your timing. Trust instead that the heavens have allotted exactly what will align you with purpose. Train your spirit to recognize the moment. Practice hearing before you see. Practice trusting the impression in your heart more than the noise around you. When the confirmation comes, you will know, not because it shouts, but because it feels like peace converging with opportunity. Now I want to spark your curiosity. What small shift have you noticed lately that might be the beginning of this precise provision? Share it below. Leave a brief, reflective comment about the quiet sign you've been feeling. A single sentence is enough. When you're ready, come with me to the next video, where we'll look for the specific ways God organizes the pathways to release and how to move into that exact provision when it arrives. You are learning to stand still on the edge of something precise. Not vague favor, not a general blessing. A single, exact measure has been set, a number recorded in heaven that will meet this season of your life with surgical accuracy. Feel the difference. It is not anxiety. It is a quiet rising in your chest, like a lighthouse flickering when the fog finally parts. Your spirit knows the decree before your hands tally the receipts. This provision will not arrive as a noisy parade. It may come soft and unexpected. A payment that had been late suddenly clears. An old relationship becomes a new door. An idea you offhandedly mentioned months ago blooms into an opportunity. A debt releases. A check, a job, a returned favor. The form changes, but the precision does not. Heaven has calculated neither more nor less than what the moment requires. Everything fits its designed purpose. Train yourself to recognize the pattern. Slow down. Listen for small confirmations. A sentence in a conversation that lingers in your mind. A number that keeps appearing, a restless nudge toward one room of your home or one person in your phone. These are not random. They are signposts. Do not rush to human solutions or try to force the amount with frantic plans. Your role is to prepare, spiritually, mentally, practically, so when the exactness arrives, you are ready to steward it well. Practice this posture. Pause in prayer and say, "Show me what you have already ordained." Keep a record of the whispers and the small shifts. Speak cautiously but expectantly, aligning your words with what your spirit discerns. Release the temptation to measure by fear. Measure by the peace that precedes the receipt. You are not guessing. You are attuning. The heavens have balanced the books. Only you must tune your ears to hear the ledger being closed. Curious, what small sign have you noticed lately that might be pointing to that precise provision? Leave a short reflective comment below. In the next video, we'll explore practical steps to position your hands and heart to receive exactly what has been ordained. You are standing at the fifth marker of this journey. Halfway, and yet this is where clarity deepens. Breathe. Let the pace slow. Hear the quiet, the kind that is not empty but expectant. In heaven a number rests, exact, measured, intentional. You do not need to scramble for guesses. You do not need to bargain with fear. What has been ordained for you is precise. Feel the change not as an urgent clamor, but as a subtle lift within your chest. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. Your spirit leans forward and remembers a decree it already knew. The provision that comes to you will not be generic. It will not be anything. It will be what is right, calibrated to your need, designed to restore, to reposition, to fulfill what God intended. This release may arrive in a dozen different ways. A payment that clears a burden, a door opening to a new role, an unexpected return, a friend who steps in, or a sudden release where chains come undone. The form is flexible, the measure is not. Watch for small shifts. Listen to passing conversations that suddenly mean more than they did before. Notice ideas that won't leave you alone. Receive invitations that feel like doors you've been prepared to walk through. Train your spirit to recognize the moment. Practice waiting without panic. Practice saying, "I will know when this is right." The knowing will come as a calm conviction, not as pressure. When it arrives, you will feel it, a quiet confirmation that the number is on its way. Now, allow curiosity to rise in you. What would you do if you could sense that exact provision was coming? Pause and think about that. Leave a short reflective comment below with one word or one sentence describing how you would steward what arrives. In the next video, we will turn toward the signs, the small signals that announce the exact release. Don't miss it. You are standing at the edge of a quiet certainty, not a vague hope, but a number already inscribed in heaven's ledger for your life. Feel the steadiness of that truth. It is not random, not a scattershot blessing. What is coming has been measured, weighed, and appointed to fit the exact need it was meant to fill. Breathe in that precision. Let it slow your heart and sharpen your spirit. You may not know the digits yet. You may only sense their shadow. That is enough. God's provision often arrives in shapes that surprise you. A timely payment, an unexpected invitation, a sudden release, a return you thought lost, or an opportunity that shifts everything. The form is flexible. The value is fixed. It is neither too little to leave you wanting nor too much to distract you from purpose. It is precisely right. Listen for whisperings rather than trumpet blasts. A casual conversation, a seemingly small idea, a shifting schedule, a name that keeps surfacing. These are the breadcrumbs that mark the way. Do not rush to interpret by human logic or by fear. Train your spirit to pause, to test, to wait in holy expectancy. There is a distinct rise within you when the decree is near. Not anxiousness, but recognition, like a chord being tuned to the correct note. You will know, as you move through your days. Keep soft eyes and an open hand. Steward the place you are in with faithfulness, and remain open to unconventional routes of provision. Pray for clarity, but watch for the quiet confirmations that authenticate the promise. Remember, heaven does not deal in approximations. The amount coming toward you has been calculated to align with your calling and to reposition your finances for God's purposes. What if the number is already written and you're simply learning to read the signs? Sit with that question. Share below, what small shift are you noticing today that could be the signpost of a larger answer? Stay with this. The next video will guide you in recognizing and responding when that ordained provision touches down. You are not standing before a vague promise. You are standing before a certainty that has already been counted and placed. There is a number set in heaven for your need. Not random, not generous by accident, but precise, deliberate, measured to meet the exact purpose God intends for your life. Feel that truth settle in your chest. It is neither too little to leave you wanting, nor too much to distract you from the calling you carry. It is exactly enough. This provision may arrive in a way you would never script. A late payment that clears, an opportunity that opens a door, a return on something you thought lost, a hand extended at the right time, or a sudden release that frees you to move. The form is flexible, the precision is not. Your part is not to calculate the amount, but to recognize the season, to quiet your mind and heighten your spiritual hearing, so that when the sign comes you will know it, as naturally as knowing the comfort of home. Don't rush to fill the space with anxious plans. Slow your heart, steady your hands. Continue to steward what you already have with faithfulness. Watch for small shifts, a conversation that shifts your thinking, an idea that seeds a new move, an invitation that seems ordinary until you step into it. These quiet things are often the heralds of the exact provision. Train your spirit to see what your eyes might miss, and to accept what your understanding cannot yet measure. There is a sacred exactness working on your behalf, and it is designed to realign your financial life with destiny, not merely to satisfy a temporary want. So remain expectant, remain discerning, and remain obedient to the small steps of stewardship and gratitude that prepare you to receive. Curiosity. What might that specific number look like for you, and how would it change the next season of your life? Leave one reflective sentence in the comments about the quiet sign you're watching for. In the next video, we'll explore practical ways to position your hands and habits to welcome what has already been ordained. You are standing at the edge of an answer that was set in motion before you ever asked. Breathe slowly. Let the air settle in your chest. Hear the still, exact rhythm of heaven, measured, intentional, carrying with it a number that fits the need you carry. It is not vague or broad, it is calibrated. Somewhere beyond sight, a figure has been assigned to unstick what has been stuck, to align what has been misaligned, to settle the account that has worn on your nights. Do not chase a mirage of anything. God's provision comes like a skilled artisan fitting a final piece into a complex design, exact, purposeful, and right. You may not yet see the amount. You may not yet hear the delivery, but trust the inner rise you feel, the quiet recognition in your spirit that something has been decreed. That recognition is your cue. It is not anxiety. It is discernment beginning to wake. Watch the subtle signs. A casual conversation that shifts everything. An unexpected email. A small idea that blooms into a concrete plan. The form of arrival can change, but the weight and purpose of what comes will match what was calculated. Prepare your hands to receive, your mind to steward, and your heart to bless what is given. Do not rush to define it by human logic. Allow God's precision to outmaneuver your limits. Hold to this. The heavens are meticulous. Nothing overflows by accident, and nothing arrives by chance. What comes for you will be precisely what is needed to fulfill the purpose set for this season. Let this certainty steady you as you move forward. Gentle, patient, expectant. Curious, what small sign are you starting to notice today that points toward a larger answer? Pause, then leave a brief comment below describing the feeling or prompt you've sensed. In the next video, we will open the ways to steward that exact provision so it multiplies and propels your life into its next ordained chapter. You are standing in the quiet place between promise and arrival, and the hush you feel is not emptiness but preparation. There is an exactness written in heaven about what is coming to you, a specific measure, a number set with intention and wisdom, calibrated to do exactly what it was meant to do for your life. You may not yet know the digits, the timing, or the method, but your spirit knows the signature of a decree. That recognition is the first movement, a calm lifting, not frantic chasing, a subtle assurance that says, "This is ordained." Do not settle for vague hope. Refuse the temptation to grab at anything. God does not release generalities when He has a tailored provision. He releases what is right, what fits the purpose and season. So watch the small things. A conversation that changes course, a soft suggestion that becomes opportunity, an unexpected return that covers what was written. Train your senses to distinguish the voice of anxiety from the whisper of destiny. When the heaven-set number begins to move toward you, you will feel alignment, not pressure, but a steady strengthening that steadies your hands and clears your mind. Hold steady in faith and in wisdom. Prepare practically even as you trust spiritually. Keep accounts honest, keep relationships healed, keep your heart teachable. The provision may come as payment, invitation, timing, or sudden release, and though its form is flexible, its value is precise. Receive it with gratitude and stewardship, knowing it was measured for a reason. Curious about what the signs might look like for you? Share a reflective comment below about the small shifts you've noticed or the sense you carry in your spirit. Your testimony helps train others to recognize God's precision. In the next video, we'll walk through how to identify the doorway when that exact provision begins to arrive and how to position yourself to steward it well. Stay attentive. The number has been set, and it is coming.